Hi, this is Caitriona Reed, and welcome. At manzanitavillage.net and 5 Changes Coaching, we bring together 5 distinct elements in a number of powerful and dynamic ways. Personal development skills that really work. Spiritual practices that open your heart, unencumbered by inflexible belief systems. A driving hunger for social and environmental justice, and the tools and skills that you can really use. The leverage to implement real-world expertise to upgrade your income to make a difference. Yes, money is a reality. Did you ever try raising a family without it? And finally, the natural creativity that lets you put it all together in your own unique way. How can I maintain focus? How can I maintain focus? And we're very distracted, aren't we, in this busy, complicated life that we lead. There's so much to do. And so it's necessary to maintain focus so that we can filter out what distracts us, so that we can be on purpose, so that we can be deliberate in our lives, so that we can choose and set priorities that have to do with certainly the question that came before this, in terms of our relationship to being rather than doing, in terms of our relationship to others in society, and in terms of relationship to the planet as a whole, to the web of life of which we're a part. So it's an essential tool. What it is very simple. It's simply, in this moment, being present. The mind is capable of holding many things, but in any moment, really of only focusing on one thing. That focus can be broad, so the one thing is actually a collection of many things, but those many things become one complexity, one system. And how we do it is through traditional tools of meditation. Recently, my partner Michelle and I, who have been teaching together for a very long time now, are finally blending our skills, integrating our hypnotic skills, our skills that have to do with inductive patterns of learning, and becoming, based on what we feel and what our students are telling us, very much more efficient at helping people sustain and developing focus, because we're helping them establish and question frames of reference from which they begin. So that instead of trying to tame an unruly mind, which is very often the Buddhist context for practice, and in the past I would never say it now, but in the past as I was teaching beginners to learn how to focus through traditional tools of Vipassana and Zen, I would say, no, try it out for 10 years, give it a shot, see how it goes, and then decide. What a pleasure to be a beginner for that long without having to assume you know something. And I think there's great value in that frame of reference. However, I do not think it takes that long. It does not take very long to notice the beauty of a blooming cactus in the spring or in the heat of the desert in the summertime. It does not take very long to notice that you've caught the eye of a deer or a stranger on the street, or glimpse the ocean maybe from a distance as you drive down the coast or up the coast, noticing as you go elements of the landscape, elements of the seascape that you notice because you are becoming settled, you are becoming free of anxiety, you are becoming more on purpose in your life. These things are all connected. There are specific tools that allow us to focus, but very often they're taught as disciplines, as though we have to separate ourselves and our minds from the environment at large and somehow whip it into shape to become master of ourselves, rather than creating a holistic congruency that allows for the entire process to become quite natural. I'm going to, in a minute or so we have before we move on to the next question, I'm going to ask everybody on the call to simply, with their eyes open, of course, look, but look, maybe a wall in front of you, it may be if you're driving in the car, it doesn't matter, wherever you are, eyes open, look at some spot ahead of you, somewhere around 15 or 30 degrees above the horizontal, above your eye level, and just fix your focus on that spot. Fix your focus on that spot like a laser beam, excluding everything that's around you. And if you're driving, be careful with this. Just follow along while being safe. If you're not, focus like a laser beam at that spot ahead of you and above your eye level. And then you'll notice that your attention wants to immediately go outwards. It wants to move outwards to take in the periphery of your vision. Keep your eyes anchored at that central spot, but notice, and you can extend your arms out to the side, to the limit of your field of view, and move your fingers, and notice that without looking at them, you can actually have a clearer view of the movement of your fingers as you do of that spot in front of you. Notice also that you tend to feel emotionally clear and uplifted in this state of expanded awareness. See if you can conjure fear or depression. It's actually quite difficult. On our workshops, we teach this process, encourage people into this process for significant lengths of time over a course of days. And people find that it's not only a state in which it's very difficult to get anchored into negative states, but it's a learning state. We learn very deeply, not just from external stimulus, but from within our own frames of reference, from within our own real condition. So it's a simple process of simply looking to see, not at some particular thing, but looking rather to take in the entire environment, the entire world, and then, by extraction, of course, taking in yourself, your internal experience, your hearing, your internal thoughts, as part of that expanded awareness. That was a very shortened version. We'll probably cover that more when we do our teleseminar on focus. But for the meantime, experiment with whatever you gleaned from that. That was our fifth question: how can I maintain focus?
Thank you for listening, and if you're not already on our list, please go now immediately to manzanitavillage.net and join our list to get updates about everything that we're doing. That's Manzanita Village, MANZANITA Village, all one word, manzanitavillage.net. And until next time, this is Caitriona wishing you the very best.